This is one thing that probably you say any issue biya intimi and create inter-ethnic confusion or conflict and I be bisa another because nkwada omo eko ene sa na ma no how uba sentiment ma maka CAS KTI Accra nano Accra High Kimbu Senior High and they enra Bawku Senior High and Bawku Technical Institute. Mayanko Richard Kumador, a fraud and security consultant, on how we can deal with this issue going forward. Many ambassadors in Kapumbo, dear. Yet the young couple say, and yama way I can want say me about sa inter-school clash. Say, ya call event, and I say, abe tradition, a idea woho schools me nunca into the baby. Na adane sort of because where I can kwada be 5 and a reporter ba so mo pre mu odin ebinim so de minor wounds na omo anya ade wey is it that aso minor na ye hunu say kwada normal and see yem pay attention to it and see am pay attention to it baby e ko no what are the effects I betimi e de aba o minor insecurity so.
Well, because it takes place in Bawku, and Bawku is a conflict zone, and so the slightest trigger trigger into community biases and create many more further problems for them. Other than that, we know we are against old tradition. Now, traditions mean we were some of the schools crash, but a degree of injury. And answer death and many of those things do not happen. But we are concerned because we are Bawku, and Bawku is very fragile. It's about ethnic conflict and misunderstanding and many of those things. And cannot me they say as a police who are very aggressive. Whatever be the event, they should have separated them and also created buffer between the two places. But thankfully, besides the 5 people and those who have been injured likely and all that, they say it did not trigger into the communities where they will start fighting and killing themselves again.
So the issue here is that baby air corner because now Accra the more Accra we share Accra Senior High 87.9 Kimbu on the streets na womuche si won ho bi ma fa nduane sa ne ma no of course said you can say it's been a tradition. Yeah, Kumasi have your schools nibia. I idea that whole but baby air coin in recent times to the extent that omutimi vandalize school properties and other individual properties, cars, any near manful granwa, then could try to attack them. That is one thing a worrying situation because where it is going, unlike the previous times, and I where hey, and trim hey. Separate you, it is turning into another thing in our days. Yeah.
Internet have a problem, mama. Social media have a problem, mama. And we are trending for all the wrong reasons. School counseling board, I break it down. PTA control, yeah. And many of these children think like Gen Z children. Okay, I said, voter rating, school and the community soon are trash. And many of the school properties were destroyed.
So I just so could they?
Yes, SHS, one of those ones, a very huge crash. And so thinking through, agenda is try to get out of hand because these children, you can't give them a chance to take advantage and create problems for themselves. And see, I will take it up with some people in authority. I lead a crusade on what we call peace and security watch. We will lead a crusade on that land and make sure that public safety will come back to normal. Public education will be done. Public awareness in decent behavior and social media hygienic lifestyle, and create a dialogue for young people. And see, you are talking about it as part of the public education. I'll raise it up between now and Saturday. Within the Bawku enclave, what will be the activities of some of these schools in relation to crashes? They have not been able to resolve it because they are a very specialized zone. then we can extend into the academies and the St. Augustines and the Addis Adels and the Infantry Kings and the Opoku Warriors and the Prempress and the Home Maulis and many of those schools there has been some old tradition for whether you are going for their girls or you are going for their boys and they want to fight you and many of those things. But I mean, you also know the case that for a very long time there are inter-schools colleges. I break it down, Kasa. Inter-school sports and colleges and many of those things. And we say science and school is now about to take over. But those are some of the social programs where it brings people together, your boarding school system. We have virtually messed up everything, but it is a discussion that we need to start again, please.
Okay, so Mame, you focus on Bawku no. Do you suggest or Uber proposes we don't know the situation as at this morning. Near tries to be a reporter near share the situation this morning. We are yet to have a reporter a bit in the but as a security consultant, what can say Bawku area and Tokwani Adintino when some of these things start to say bar or see pay attention ye. Will you propose say shutting down of the schools idea so that you bet me actually resolve a matter? No, it's a step that the authorities can. Can
school put there was it too necessary for crashes because many of the sergeants and many professionals have left. If you shut down the school, where it could be one or two, depending on the nature of the degree of damage. Secondly, when you shut it down in their home, they will become tools in the hands of the devil to create more harm. And see, I think the appropriate education authority should look at it, and the regional security council must also look at it. Security for war grants in this conflict-related matters must also look at it. Then, where they could do some quick repairs and bring them back to school, they will need to look at it. I think the police will also need to be resourced more in order to do more public education, which includes the schools within the Bawku enclave, right down from Boga to Bawku. They will need a little bit more resources to do more public education. And so, I'm a police officer. Then they can channel it through the NCCA, who are the leading information dissemination organization. Minister of Information is no longer in place. Government will need to look at it. And find out our public service providers, needs about public education and safety awareness. For many of these crashes to be averted on time.
I see. Na manya we dear. Can I be jam after I am comedy? But manya we musa about this rumor around the IGP. The IGP. The IGP ya sacking or be call BC also call at a point government officials IGP cried this ye kaso won kwa next why eboni bia na aban no ne policies ni adinti ne IGP nyese bia why bibi ni ade. This issue surrounding the Dr. George Akufu Dampare na juma why ne say be sana na yense sano no mami musa no per say what's your take on that? Is it something that people are trying to do to test waters, to test the soil, say Ghana for be accept if he should leave and be bisa?
No, Dampare buyer, Obekaya before said Dampare Babano. Now the state was struggling to get an IGP. And she had the way banner Yamanako, the way banner Yamanako, and she Dampare buyer no, it stabilized the front a little bit. But because it's a practicing police officer, or no soon himself, a Juma we are the man in a political appointment. And she yet me different is almost any day, any time. That is number one. Number two, Dampare Babano, now it was the same police officers who were hailing him to come. And this will Obayano, the cardinal sins of every IGP Achino. What are some of the cardinal sins of every IGP? Promotions. Before said Dampare Babano, now there was a woman in the police service promoting within 3 times within I think 3 months to COP. Because you want to contest for the IGP position. No, Dampare na yeah. But Dampare take you over as an IGP. I'm sorry, Mamino were issues. And you Mamini for other places. And also for your statue. And many of those things are you didn't have a back and some of these issues. And yet Dampare na yeah. But in the case of Dampari, promotion about the yes, what shows and level of tribesman and favoritism and tribalism, and here didn't court. I'm not didn't court police officers, and this is one of the major issues. Then again, some level of transfers here, and that is turning out not to help his cause. Then again, election time, of course, be police training college, Some coalitions, any results, declare, and then the High Court and the Supreme Court after some of those MPs, there any many of those things, which did not go in favor of government, and people raise issues because Dampari near the electoral commission, you shouldn't have done that. Then number 3, blueprint in the we can say it should be about the basis of the 2020 election, the killings that happened at Techima South and all that. And I'm launching blueprint, or launching blueprint in India. And of the police said this one more when I'm peace council. That peace council now is on. You say something that will not bring any usefulness to this country. Lo and behold, meaning you call here this year, your community party, the party in a year. Then the president gave him a task. Said, "Dampari, go and investigate 2020 elections, 2024. Now, for reports in the work in progress report. Meaning, say, or the bar answer one famba. And see, these are the cardinal sins of Dampari, which is about 4. But then again, let's go back a little bit. MPP government almost raising my uncle Yohonu to be a deputy IGP in charge of special operations. What the MPP could have done is to raise Yohonu and appoint him as a commissioner CID. But they bring him closer to the nose of Dampari. Then, lo and behold, we start need Dampari. They start getting problems. Dampari starts transferring all the staffs, and it became many of those things they have there. As you speak now, Dampari is not a favorable person within the police service. So, me, and one say, Yabama not sound for some time. And one say, you better sorry now, you see Dampari should go. And one say, you the IGP in Bama, Yohonu. And one say, you better offer another person to become an IGP because Yohonu has a few, I think, a year or 2.5 years to go. And since I would demand, then he fulfills his ambition or his career prospects. Honestly, Juma police, he rose to become an IGP. Unlike Dampari, who was a few years ahead of him. And to me, these are the permutations. From October, November, December, and we are still looking at the permutations on the wall. And to whichever place, then we can tell you what exactly happened. But
so,
no.
What I saw better now for a period, then young is the son of Swen.
Exactly. And I get
that is when probably you say but do you think that the positives no outweigh negatives in terms of Nejuma Waye if this government wants
we share Dampari leadership. Now we share your own leadership. It's just like the man who trained me when I was in the BNI. They want to lead from the front. So me, my leadership is to lead from the front. I want you to see the way I'm doing it. And that is one thing people like about Dampari. And that is one single thing Richard Kumador likes about Dampari. But in cardinal sense, media, 2 year traffic, I was very top. Why? It means Obia and Achino. Then the other 2 media, one game anybody can fall into it. So those are some of the lessons for him himself to learn. But the leadership style, before say Yohonu, the official positions maker, now Yohonu the next person who is doing almost all the job. And to be career, even in the days of MPP, before said Dampari did the clear out. Now I'm for the brace, young farmer Yohonu, and I'm for big cancer on MPP, and many of those things they do to our top hierarchy people. And I am farmer Yohonu and I did my Dampari, and it created a problem for many of them. But even in terms of promotion, say a bit more higher, more promotion. They promote them 3 months. Now you 3 promotions. And yet Dampari in a year, and MPP government in a year. And so these are some of the things politicians must stop doing and create a problem for law enforcement hierarchy at the highest level. Even though people can say he was a big trapper, he showed tribalism and nepotism, and he was unfair to some people, and nobody call us to say promotions. No, one year ye. And there are balances and there are causes. Me, my style has always been said, whoever give birth to you, wherever you come from, I don't care. Can you do the job? Yes. Are you qualified? Yes. Do we want you to do it? Yes. Run the show and let's go. But some people have different perspectives because of who gave birth to and where we all go. And see, he has some positive, but there are some traps there. We are IGP and we're very tough. One show you to meet you, two Akino. The other two near on one decisions or taking and that is proving not to be the right one.
Interesting times ahead. You better share now. I mean, whichever way could be, I'm sure. Say once you are there, always to educate us.
Definitely,
you become one. Thank you. It was for a friend on Richard Kumador. Yes, and you didn't come on. Now Ignatius Yankee on.